Hi, this is Leon Patillo, and we are so excited to add a new wing to our ministry. We really believe that this is the answer to so many people's prayers. As you watch this whole presentation, I pray that God will open your heart to all the possibilities around you and know that the sky is the limit.
In the early 1900s, the world's leading causes of premature death were infectious diseases like diphtheria, influenza, tuberculosis, and pneumonia. Nowadays, most people are dying of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and there's an epidemic of obesity with our kids.
I'm 5'10" and 242 pounds.
I always say this is the biggest I'm ever going to be, and I said that like 20 pounds ago.
A third of Americans are obese, another third is overweight.
Obesity is the biggest threat to the health, welfare, and future of this country.
I've always been overweight.
I've got diabetes.
Sleep apnea, heart disease.
Everything's hurting now.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
In the meantime, you've heard of alkaline batteries, but what about alkaline water? Could that be the secret behind this life-changing slimming for one woman? Look at that.
The root causes of diseases are the following: dehydration, oxidation, and acidity. Let's talk about dehydration. Most of us don't drink enough or the right kind of water. Most people drink soda, coffee, energy drinks, and our human body is 75% water. Let's just take the blood for example. It's 90.7% water. When you're dehydrated, your blood gets thick, and so it's so difficult for it to go throughout your system, and that's why people have high blood pressure.
My blood pressure was very high, and I had gained a lot of weight. And I started drinking an ounce per pound for my body weight of the water. Within the first month, my blood pressure normalized, and after the fourth month, when I became pain-free, the weight just began to fall off. And to date, I have lost 40.5 pounds.
Now let's talk about oxidation. Oxidation is simply aging. Just like an apple, when you cut it in half and it's exposed to air, then it gets oxidized. So there's really no avoiding it. That's what happened to our cells as well. So to slow down the aging process, we need antioxidants.
When we treat chronic disease with medication and we don't really attack the root cause, which is oxidative stress, free radical damage, we're not really treating or curing the disease, we're managing the disease.
Antioxidants have become very, very popular because they are electron donors. And when they meet a free radical, that free radical gets what it wants. It gets its electron, and it's neutralized. Now, the oxidation reduction potential of Kangen water is gigantic. It's about 30 times greater than the famous green tea. Everyone knows about green tea being a profoundly good antioxidant. Fruits, vegetables are considered antioxidants. Kangen water at a pH of 9.5 can have a negative, which is an electron donating reduction potential of up to 600 millivolts. It's measured in millivolts. You couldn't eat enough fruits and vegetables to get anywhere near that amount into your system.
There's another number that's equally important, maybe even more, and that is the acid-alkaline balance within your body. The blood has to be slightly alkaline. And if you're in a position where your blood or your urine is moving you into the acid stage, you know that your body is starting to break down.
Dr. Otto Warburg, who won the 1931 Nobel Peace Prize for discovering the root of cancer, and he said, cancer cells grow in an acidic environment, and cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. In 1940, the incidence of cancer in the U.S. was 1 in 16. Now it's 1 in 3. And the leading cause of death in children ages 14 years or younger is cancer. Here is a testimony of a 62-year-old female who started drinking Kangen water in March. And look at her cancer marker. It's 2958. And 1 month after, it went down to 562. The next month, it went down to 319. And the month after, it went down to 171.
What's the best way to, if our body is acidic, to turn that around and get, our body back to a more healthful state?
Well, the best way used to be the diet that we ate. It's not anymore. Although cancer patients must have an alkaline diet. The second thing, and the most important thing now, is in my opinion, because of the study that I've done and the cancer patients that I've talked to, is ionized water.
In the 1950s, there were different places that were known for their legendary status as natural source of miracle water. And the miracle healing water had one thing in common, and that is an abundance of active hydrogen, also known as alkaline water. The Japanese people are so smart that what they did is they tried to figure out the technology behind the water, and so they imitated the characteristic of that water, and they called it the Kangen water machine, that is actually considered a medical equipment, and it's endorsed by over 6,000 doctors and used by hundreds of hospitals in Japan. In Japan, 1 in 6 homes owns this machine, and in the United States, 1 out of 20,000. That is why in the United Nations Worldwide Life Expectancy Top 40, guess who's number 1? Japan. And the United States is number 38, right after Cuba. This is the SD501. It is predicted to be the next kitchen appliance of the new millennium. This video will show you the 3 properties of the water that allows you to restore your cells back to health and reverse degenerative diseases.
The first property I'm going to show you is what's called the ORP, which stands for the oxidation reduction potential. And we're going to show you that with a meter that shows whether a liquid has a positive ORP or a negative ORP. And if it has a positive ORP, that means it's bad for you, or it's oxidizing, or aging, or rusting. We all know what that is, right? And so if it has a negative ORP, that's what makes it a powerful antioxidant. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to pour some of these liquids first. And we're going to start with Dasani. Okay, so this is the pinpoint ORP meter. Now we're going to test the ORP of the Dasani. So notice Dasani is over 215 right now. Now we go to the Aquafina. How's the Aquafina? Go over 220 and climbing. How about the Smart Water? Over 230 and climbing. How about Arrowhead? Over 315 and climbing, getting worse. Alive Water. This was one of my favorite ones. 400, now I call it dead water. How about Gatorade? Any of you drink Gatorade? Like 393 and climbing. So remember, the worse, the more positive it is, the worse it is. How about 7-Up? Now, all sodas are pretty much the same, just we use light colored. So you'll see 394 and climbing. How about the tap water? 325. Here's the star of the show, you guys. Look at negative what? Negative 400. Now negative 426. So as you can see, when it has a negative, this is the only water that has a negative. That's why they call it negative water in Japan. That's why they use it in hospitals over there, because all the positive ones are oxidizing, aging, rusting, bad, internally on the body. But the negative water is neutralizing the free radicals, so that's why we want to drink this water and hydrate your body on a regular basis. The property I'm going to show you the water is, we're going to go over here and we're going to test these waters for the pH of the water. So pH stands for potential hydrogen, and we have a little chart here where I'm going to show you, and we're going to put a few drops in these waters, and we're going to show whether they are on the acidic side or the alkaline side. Let's go start here with the Dasani water, and we'll use this pH chart here and show. So the Dasani is what? Very acidic. On the acidic side, right? How about the Aquafina? Also acidic. How about the Smart Water? A little better, but still acidic, right? How about the Arrowhead Sparkling? Very acidic. How about the Alive Water? That's why I call it dead water now. How about the Gatorade? Also very acidic. And how about the 7-Up? Bet you didn't know you were drinking so many acidic things, did you? How about tap water? So right around neutral, right? So tap water is always going to be neutral to slightly alkaline because it's federally regulated by the government. So besides, you know, the chlorine, the fluorides, they put lye in the water, which is a pH of 14, very alkaline, to raise the pH of our city water, the tap water, because if it were acidic, it would rust the pipes. So I don't think they're concerned about our pipes. They're concerned about the city pipes. So that's why it's always going to be in that range. So let's move on to the Kangen water. Now here's the star of the show. What is the Kangen water? Very alkaline, right? So with a touch of a button, we can change the alkalinity, and this one is 9.5 pH. So we all know that we should be slightly alkaline, right? Our body, because we're over 75% water. Unfortunately, look what we're drinking today, and the foods we're eating, and the air we're breathing. And so when you drink this water on a regular basis, just think about your bodily fluids, right? Now watch what happens. What did we just do? Just with a little of the water, we neutralize that and raise the pH of the water. We'll go to the Aquafina. Notice. How about the Smart Water? Notice I'm just putting in a little bit, right? So imagine when you're drinking this on a regular basis, what happened to the Arrowhead water? It was struggling, and then it went right back to acidity. That's because it's very acidic. Notice the Alive water. No change. How about the Gatorade? Also no change. How about the 7-Up? So now we'll go over to the tap water. Notice it changed pretty easily, right? So now when you're drinking this water on a regular basis, that's what it's going to help your body to do to balance your pH. Now, I'm going to take the 7-Up here. Now it's already diluted, right? Watch what happens. Now think about you're drinking this on a regular basis. Watch what happens when we just add a little bit of that. Notice it takes it right back to an acidic state, just with a few drops. If you're drinking these things, ladies, and these are all pretty much in the same range, watch the Kangen water. Wow. We just destroyed the Kangen water with a little bit of diluted soda. If you're drinking sodas, this is right around the pH of about 2.5, which makes it about 50,000 times more acidic if you were starting over here at the neutral point. So that's how acidic it is. And I'm just going to show you real quick. This came from Wellness Magazine. And it says, what does it show the equivalent of soda is? Battery acid. It shows soda equals battery. Your battery in your car, the acid level of the battery in your car equivalent to soda. So imagine, if we want to stay on the alkaline side, you definitely don't want to drink anything like this, right? So as you can see now, that's the second property of the water that makes Kangen water so very special and why you want to be hydrating your body on a regular basis. Now I'm going to show you the third quality of the water, which is called microclustering of the molecules. I've taken ordinary tea bags. This is Yamamoto green tea, something that I like, and I'm going to take ordinary tap water and add it to this cup. And as you see, what do you normally have to do to make tea? You have to heat the water, right? Because this is just cold water. Now I'm going to take the Kangen water, 9.5, and add it to the same tea bag. And notice what it's doing immediately. It's making tea, as you can see there. So the molecule clusters in regular water are anywhere from 12 to 15 clusters, whereas the molecules in Kangen water are anywhere from 4 to 6 clusters, so much smaller. So as you can see, the water is reaching in and drawing out the tea just with cold water. So I'm going to show you a little demonstration here. I'm going to take and make a few extra glasses of tea. Notice that, how it's making tea right away. I'm going to do another one right there. Notice how that's doing that. I'm going to take now tap water just to show you guys this isn't a magic show or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and put tap water back in that one. Notice how it didn't make tea. And I'm going to take the Kangen water again. And now we're going to go back to making tea again, as you see. I'm just going to make a couple more for you here. And another one. I can go ahead and make about 20 cups of tea
but I'll just make about 8 or 9 right here as we have. So you can see, in relation to the body, absorption into the body is far superior, just like you saw absorption into the tea bag. So the water will enter the body, hydrate the body much better at the cellular level. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some other qualities of the water, because remember the machine makes 5 different grades of water, so I'm going to show you them now. One of the other qualities of the water I'm going to show you is I'm going to use some tomatoes here that I just bought at the local healthy food store right nearby down the street. And I'm going to take, because we normally clean our fruits and vegetables in ordinary tap water. So I'm going to take ordinary tap water and just fill this one. Put that there, and I'm going to take, I pre-make 11.5 pH. We call it strong Kangen water. And the reason I use a black container is because 2 things affect the quality of the water, and that is air and light. And I'm going to add that to the water here. And I'm going to let those sit for a couple minutes. And I'm going to show you, let me take that. I'm going to move those off to the side real quick. And I'm going to show you what's happening with those tomatoes with a little demonstration right here. I'm going to just use some sesame seed oil. Take a little of that. A little in there. And then I'm going to take ordinary tap water and add it to the sesame oil. As we know, basic science, oil and water don't mix, as you can see. And then I'm going to take the strong Kangen water, 11.5 pH. And as you can see with water, we just emulsified oil. So it broke down the oil just with water by changing the pH to 11.5. Now you're going to understand what's going on with the tomatoes over here. As I take the tomatoes, and this is the one that was soaking in ordinary tap water. Now that's how you normally clean your fruits and vegetables. Now this is the one that was soaking in 11.5 strong Kangen water. Notice the difference. Now, what just came off there compared to what didn't come off there? This water, just like it broke down the oil and emulsified oil, took the oxidation, the oil-based pesticides that they use, and just took it right off the tomatoes. And now, as you can see, you're going to have tomatoes that don't have any of the pesticides and anything that might possibly be on them. Whereas normally, this is how you would normally eat your tomatoes, with all the pesticides. So that's another quality of the water, that we can use this water for cleaning purposes. You can pretty much get rid of all your household cleaners and just use water, because now we have water that can emulsify and break down oil. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you about the water is, remember we said we clean our fruits and vegetables in the tap water, right? So this is just ordinary tap water. I poured in there, and I'm going to do a little test for chlorine. This is just a chlorine tester. We had about 4 drops in there, and as you can see, it's starting to turn yellow. So that shows us the amount of chlorine in the water. And like I said, a lot of this is going to be an education of things that we might want to change in our life. So I'm going to take, I just cut up a lemon here, and I'm going to take, and this is going to show us as we clean our fruits and vegetables in the tap water. We'll show you something that you might not want to do anymore. We'll just let those soak for a second, just as you normally clean things in the tap water. And now, as you can see, it's clear again. What happened to the chlorine? Did we really clean our fruits and vegetables with the tap water, or did we clean our water with the fruits and vegetables? So just an education as something you might not want to do anymore, and that's why we can use the 11.5 pH for cleaning our fruits and vegetables.
This is Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He is the inventor of colonoscopy. He wrote a book called The Enzyme Factor. He said that Kangen water is considered to be the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. These are samples of the people that he treated with Kangen water. This is a colon of a 65-year-old female cigarette smoker with breast cancer. And 3 months after the treatment, look at the difference. This one right here is the colon of a 45-year-old female with breast cancer and chronic constipation. 3 months after the treatment, look at her colon. If you go on YouTube, and if there's anything that you'd like to know, whether it is diabetes, autism, lung cancer, colon cancer, high blood pressure, arthritis, or any other degenerative diseases, all you have to do is type Kangen water and whatever disease it is, and you will find testimonies of people that have been helped by this water. And of course, if you have dogs, you will like this video.
Okay, Brooklyn. Come here, Ollie. Want to get some water? Get some water? There it was.
That's crazy.
You see it?
Yeah.
You smelled one, and you went back to the good water. Look at it and drink too.
The acidic water from the machine also helps with skin problems. Imagine how this boy will grow up if his skin condition remained the same. I'm sure he will be bullied and he will probably have a very low self-esteem. How about this woman over here? Look at her picture before and after. Wow. Of course, Hollywood got a hold of this technology. So all these personalities that you see here have the machine. I'm sure you know all of them. Well, Manny Pacquiao has 1 and Bill Gates has 18. I'm sure he probably has a lot of rooms. My niece bought the machine in November and she texted me a month ago. Good morning, Tita. Good news. I have been monitoring my blood pressure since drinking Kangen from 150 to 90. Now it's 120/70. Yay. I said, so happy for you. Kangen is making you prettier and healthier. I agree, LOL. Thanks, Tita, for sharing the machine. Mama's blood glucose, she told me, is better controlled since she's taking the water too in London. YY is having the same machine. Her sister had the machine also and she didn't know about it. Knowing what you know about how having this machine in your kitchen can positively change your health and the health of your loved ones, what would stop you from owning this life-saving machine? How much are you spending on your water? $20, $40, $60 a month? If so, you will be spending that for the rest of your life because you will be buying water for the rest of your life. Why not own a machine that will give you unlimited healthy drinking water, replace the toxic chemicals in your kitchen and bathroom, give you smooth and glowing skin, make your hair shiny, and gives you a chance to save the environment for the same amount that you are already spending or maybe even less. The good news is you don't have to pay for it for the rest of your life. The other good reasons to buy the machine are the tax advantages. There are tax advantages that you can use where you can even deduct the cost of the machine and deduct other expenses. There is also income potential for those who are interested.
I had no intention of doing this as a business. But it's really, once you own this technology, you can't help but share the water with people that you care and love. And the water totally turned the health around of about a half a dozen of my friends' parents initially 2 years ago. And they got such amazing results drinking the water that it started to spread one by one to other people, and sharing the water with people, press and play, letting them watch a DVD, so very simple and duplicatable. I did that 40 times in the month of June. And you guys, so many people got results on the water, and so many people wanted to buy the machine that my commission jumped to $36,000.
When you purchase a machine, the business comes with it free. No monthly qualifications, no annual renewals, no sales quotas, no auto ship, and Enagic pays daily. The business model is direct sales, meaning you can just sell the machine directly. However, the exciting part is that those people who bought from you, if somebody buys from them, you get an override, which makes it so exciting. Let me explain. Enagic has a patented compensation plan called the 8-point system. It does not do any advertising, so the money that they would have spent on advertising goes to the distributors, which I think is actually a smart way to do it. Instead of paying millions of dollars, not knowing if somebody will buy your product, you only pay your distributors when they sell something. Now let's just talk about the point value. Each machine has a point value. For the SD501, 1 point is equal to 285. Every time a machine is sold, the company pays out 8 points per machine to the sales force, as you can see here. It's almost like a pie, and every time a machine is sold, everyone gets a piece of the pie. A maximum of 6 points is paid to a distributor. Now let's talk about how you get promoted. Anytime you buy a machine and sign a W-9, you would be considered a distributor. While enjoying the benefits of drinking the healthiest water, you'll also have the opportunity to get your money back or create extra income when others decide to own the machine through you. For example, let's say you have a party and some friends saw what you have and they have some health issues, or they're just into health and decided to buy the machine from you. Then you get paid a commission of $285 if the machine that they decide to buy is the SD501. Now, let's just say another friend saw your machine and decides to buy the same thing. Now you get paid another $285. On your third direct sale, you will now be considered a 2A and you will get paid 2 pieces of the pie, which means 285 times 2 equals $570 for one machine. One of the exciting part of this business is that your rank advancement is based on your direct and indirect sales. Indirect sales are those that were made by your team. For example, your friend Dave bought a machine through you, and his friend Mike bought a machine through him. This is Dave's first sale, so he will get paid $285. If Dave is in your 1A lane, then you would get paid $285. If he is in your 2A lane, you will get paid $570. Now let's just say that between you and your team, you were able to sell 10 machines. Your next direct sale will be on your 3A, and you will get 3 pieces of the pie, equivalent to $855. Now anybody who buys in this lane, you will get $855 as long as it's within the 8 points. Because everybody's excited and because the water is helping people with their health issues, as well as making everybody healthy, you and your team is able to sell 20 machines. Now you get promoted to 4A, where you will get 4 pieces of the pie, equivalent to $1140. Any machine sold in this lane by you or your team, you will get $1140 up to the 8 points. Now everybody in your team sells machines and you have accumulated sale of 50 between 1A to 4A. Then your next direct sale will be on your 5A, where you will get 5 pieces of the pie, equivalent to $1425. Every machine that is sold in this lane, you will get paid $1425 up to the 8 points. If you and your team have an accumulated sale of 100 machines, your next direct sale will be on your 6A, and you will get paid 6 points, equivalent to $1710 per machine. Now let's just say you met someone who is very excited about the business and signed up on your 6A lane and sold 10 machines. Now you will get paid $1710 times 10, which is equal to $17,100. Not bad, huh? Now you reach 6A. You will stay 6A there, and there's no turning back. Whether something happened to you and you're not able to sell for 2 months or 3 years, you will stay 6A. You don't drop down to 5A. I love that aspect of the business. You're able to keep what you worked for even if things happen. Now, this is where the true wealth begins. As a 6A, you get $3,000 in bonus, and you'll also get $200 educational bonus for every sale in your organization that is beyond the 8 point. The next rank after that is 6A2, which means you have 2 6As underneath you. So you help 2 people in your team hit the rank of 6A. When you hit 6A2, the company pays you $6,000 in bonus. You also get 2 shares in the profit sharing pool. Just to give you an idea of how much the sales pools pay out, in 2007, they paid out $16,000 a quarter. So just getting access with these shares alone will probably replace most people's yearly income. Now, when you reach 6A2-2, then you get a $12,000 bonus and a share in the company's profit sharing pool. Now, the real exciting part is that when you get to 6A2-3, where you will get a one-time bonus of $25,000 and $5,000 monthly for life. Yes. Now you can really start relaxing, because after this, it just goes higher and higher. And this is where true residual income comes in. So even if the entire organization gets a flu and nobody can work for 5 years, the company is still going to pay you $5,000 a month for life. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now, when you get to 6A2-4, you receive $50,000 bonus, and you will continue to add your shares in the sales pool, and you get $10,000 a month for life. Now let's jump to the final rank in the plan, which is 6A2-8, where you will get $800,000 in bonus, and you'll get an insane amount of shares and $80,000 a month for life. Can you imagine getting $80,000 a month for life? Wow! That is truly remarkable for a company to be able to do that. This is just an example of the potential number of checks you can make in one day, and the potential number of checks you can make in 1 year.
Dreamed of being a part of a company and having an organization where all of us could have the same potential. We could all go and strive and really make a ton of money together. Where so often I've been involved in companies where a few people made the money and everybody else just was hoping and hoping and hoping. But that's not the case here. As a result of all of this, guys, today, my income has surpassed $400,000. That's right. You see, it's in my blood, it's in my bones. Nobody can tell me that this does not work. I mean, this week alone, where's Damien? Did we not deposit close to 50 checks this week alone? Are you all hearing me? Yeah.
I'm at the ATM machine, and it's printing out. I just put probably like 200 Kangen water checks in. I'm not kidding. And there's like a line at the ATM machine. I don't know if people think I'm filming them. And and you can see that it's a Magic. I'm covering up my address. A Magic, Kangen water. These couple checks I didn't put in. Actually, there's 20,000 right here. But this, okay, so this is Peter getting my receipt out of the ATM machine. I'm not even kidding you. This is insanity. I don't even know how many checks there were. We can count, but there had to be at least like 200 of them. You know, I was a waitress. I had $50,000 credit card debt. This is God's honest truth. We have been so blessed by every part of this company.
Can you rely on your Social Security to take care of your retirement? Of course not. You have to create your own retirement plan. Now let me turn you to Leon to tell you what to do.
So this is all you have to do. Connect your friends with me, and we will share this presentation with them. And of course, with technology through screen sharing or Skype, we can talk to anyone in the world and share this opportunity. You can also share the link through messaging, text, or email. Do you know anyone with the following situations? Job dissatisfaction, unemployed, want to spend more time with children, no time freedom, are health conscious, have medical challenges, need a tax shelter, need an extra $5,000 a month? No problem. We will train and support you. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Join us and be a life changer. Together, let's impact the lives of millions of people, one person at a time. So if you're wondering how to get started, this is how it works. All you have to do is fill out the forms, make a list of friends and relatives who may benefit from this product and the business. Meet with us, your sponsor, for a game plan. Then share the water and the plan in person or through screen share, or just share the link. Our dreams are our possibilities. To get what we've never got, we must be willing to do what we've never done before. If we continue to do what we've always done, we will continue to get what we've always got. So we're going to change that. You're going to be a life changer. You're going to change yourself. You're going to change those around you. And God is going to bless you abundantly.